Curious. Very curious. What is that? It says I have one viewer. That must be myself, probably. Alright. So, never done anything like this before. Probably shouldn't drink all my water when I got it just for this purpose. It's kind of funny how you turn a camera on just to talk to yourself because you want a camera to talk to, and you still end up having roadblock or like talk block or something. No. But yeah, I haven't turned the camera on in a very long time, so I thought, why not? I need a camera. I just need a camera to talk to. It's all I need, really, I think. So I'm gonna take my time with this, do what I want with this. My hair isn't a mess, right? I hope not. So yeah, I just wanted to talk. I just wanted to talk about what's been going on with me lately. What's been going on in life lately. Obviously, probably no one will see this. I mean, if anyone does, that's cool, I guess. But I've said this so many times when I've made videos before in the past that I never do it for viewership or for likes or subscribers. I just want a camera to talk to. Like, I don't have any friends that I feel close enough with that I can just talk to about anything and everything at any given time, basically, I guess you could say. I'm not close with anyone, I guess you could say. So sometimes I just like to turn on the camera and express myself whichever way I feel is good. So this is my bedroom. I can just turn the camera a bit. Yeah, there's my pillows, my nightstand's over there, my lamp. Got a picture on the wall. That's oh shoot, I'm pushing my monitor down. Alright, that should be okay. That's good. Yeah, the basketball over there is actually a collector's item. Actually, it's still too far. Okay. Yeah. No, it's the webcam now. The basketball over there is actually a collector's item. Yeah, it's not a basketball that you actually shoot hoops with. Here's the funny thing. I keep questioning, am I even ready for this? Am I even ready to click live, go live, and just start talking for an hour or 2 hours or something about whatever I want to talk about? Am I even ready to do that? Who gave me permission to do that? I did, obviously. But it's I know I'm not talking to anyone. I'm just talking to myself. I'm just talking to a camera. But the fact that I'm going to post this on my social media, YouTube account, makes it feel like I'm public speaking. But yeah, it's not really. You know what I mean? Um, Now, I wonder how I would look if I were to prop my legs up onto the desk here. Would I look strange if I did that? No, I don't. So I'm going to expect that a lot of this, whatever this is going to be a lot of just like me thinking, about things and thinking about what to talk about. Because I have a lot I want to talk about, but I'm not used to this. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, let's just talk about what's been going on. Let's just talk about life, I guess. Um, I just moved here, just moved to the beach back in March. I know it's been, shoot, 7 months now. It's been 7 months since we moved here, and it still feels like we just moved here because we did just move here, but it feels like it's only been a couple weeks. You know what I mean? Um, where I used to live, I did not like where I used to live. I used to live in North Carolina from 2010 to this year. But the last 5 years really sucked. I'm not gonna lie. Before moving here, the last 5 years really sucked. And growing up, I have always felt like I was different. And I don't mean different like, oh, everybody's different, everyone's unique, no two people are the same, yada yada, whatever. I mean like really different, like really different. Like I can see through so many things, like so much of the BS in the world. Um, I can read people very easily, and I've never had any close friends growing up. Um, as well as like, I just think getting close with people in general has been extremely difficult for me growing up, because my definition of being close with someone is a lot different from what most people's definition is. Like, I don't even call people friends unless I have a very good reason to. Like, I don't know. I don't even call people my friends unless it's under very specific circumstances, unless I've known them for, I don't know, a long time, had like very open and personal conversations with them, you know. The only friends I would consider that I do have are online, but even then, like my friends online, I'm not really that close with. Um, I have a job here. I'm a lifeguard at a water park. Um, Started at the beginning of June, and well, the job is going to end in a couple weeks because at the end of October, that's when we won't have guards out anymore for the season. And my coworkers, they're pretty. Most of them are pretty cool, But like, I wouldn't say what we call like friends with them. You know what I mean? And why am I still talking about this? Oh my gosh. I was close with someone once, though. I would say I've only been close with someone outside of my own family one time my entire life. But that's a different story. I'm not going to really get too much into that right now. Like in 2019, I met someone, it was a girl, and I became closer with this girl than anybody ever. Like, no one ever even came close. And then I was betrayed in the worst possible ways after a couple years. Well, this went on for like 2 years. Like I said, I'm not going to get much into that. I'm actually making a documentary covering that whole ordeal. But that was the only time in my life where I was actually close with someone on the deepest level, if that makes sense. And uh, I hope to one day be able to be close with someone again like that, but probably not going to be anytime soon. I hope to finish the documentary that I'm making before I get into a new relationship. So yeah, that has caused me a lot of trust issues, and it's a lot of the reason why I don't try to pursue um, new friendships and new relationships today. Is because I just have so many trust issues, like so much trust issues, where I feel like getting too close with people in general, anybody in general, is just too dangerous. Like where um, the risk is greater than the reward or something. I know it's stupid, but it's something I got to deal with. Um, but yeah, this documentary I'm making, I feel like this is going to help me a lot with that. I feel like it's going to give me a lot of closure. It's going to give me a lot of um, opportunity for expression, all kinds of stuff. I hope to have it done by the end of this year, but it probably won't be the end of this year. Like that's like best case scenario. It'll probably be early in 2023, somewhere around there. I don't know. I don't even know how long I'm going to keep this thing going. I just want a camera to talk to. I haven't actually, tried to like really open up and speak my mind in a very, very long time, and I feel like this was overdue. Because, shoot, I guess a couple years ago, um, gosh, there's something. Okay, I guess a couple years ago, normally I would have like called the person I'm close with in the middle of the night just to talk about life, just to talk about random things, speak my mind, talk to each other about whatever it is. It's in the it's in the deepest corners of the mind and stuff. but can't do that anymore. So that's why I'm doing this. So, I had so much on my mind, so much on the list before hitting start, and now I'm just like drawing a blank. So, yeah, I'll probably be a moment. I mean, not everything I talk about has to be all that serious, you know. I mean, I guess I'll just talk about this one. For example, you know, it's close to Halloween, right? And I I do need to sit up. It's suddenly like so cold in here. I don't know why. So I was thinking about like finding a haunted attraction near where I live. Because before moving, I used to go to Scarowinds every year, which is a haunted attraction at the border of South Carolina and North Carolina. And the problem with going to Scarowinds, like, well, of course, it was fun going, but it wasn't that fun when you only have like 2 or 3 people. You know what I mean? I always wanted to go with a group, but like as the years go by, the opportunity for a group is like less and less. And I found it difficult to go with a group because every year I would want to go to Scarowinds, it would always just be me trying to organize a group. It's like I would always be trying so hard every year, but no one else was putting that kind of effort into organizing a group to go. So I felt like I was just doing all the work and I was the only one that really wanted to go that badly. Because you get people saying like maybe, like sorta yes, and then like yes, but then they flake out last minute. And like I would be hoping to get like a group of 6 or 7 people, and then usually every year it turns into like 3 or 4 people max. You know, so I kind of just got sick of trying to get a group together every year, especially when I'm the only one organizing. So I've been thinking about finding a haunted attraction uh, somewhere locally here, and trying to get a group together of my coworkers to go one day. But that raises a couple problems because, for one, um, I've never asked any of my coworkers to hang out outside of work, so that's a hurdle in itself to get past. Um, I mean, the whole idea of that is outside my comfort zone, which is a good thing, right? So to always be trying to get outside your comfort zone, right? Um, but still, I don't want it to be like it was before, where it's just me trying to organize a group and no one else is like all that into it, you know? Um, like I can try to, you know, invite some coworkers to go to a haunted attraction, but uh, if they're not as enthusiastic about it as me, then I'm just going to drop the whole thing. because I'm not trying to deal with the same type of stuff I've been dealing with year after year with Scarowinds, you know? Oh, and if I get up and do a bunch of jumping jacks, it's because I'm cold. Because it's like freezing in here all of a sudden. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm like live streaming, or maybe it's because it's just cold in here, or I'm drinking water. I don't know. So many things to talk about, you know? Like, how do I even choose? I haven't talked in a very long time, obviously, so it's like so many options. From like really personal stuff, really personal topics, to whatever that is on my wall. Like, there's a dark stain on my wall. I don't know if you can see it, but the quality isn't good enough probably, but there's like a stain on my wall or something. I should probably scrub that off. But yeah. Obviously, I should do this more often, because the more I do this, the more I'd probably get comfortable doing it and stuff. So I'm just trying to like stop being so nervous about talking to a camera, talking to myself, you know. Why is this so hard? For real, like, why is this so hard? Like, I'm drawing a complete blank and I had so much to talk about. Is it just because I haven't like is it because I haven't been close with anyone in so long? I just forgotten how to like really bring out what I want to say. Is that why? If because if that because if that's the reason, that's pretty sad, but also kind of funny. It's pretty sad, but still kind of funny. Can I bring up like Discord or something while I'm streaming? I don't know. I think I can. By the way, I actually have a motto for my life now. I have a motto for my life now. The motto goes, if you're not going to be a part of my struggle, then you can't be a part of my success. If you're not going to be a part of my struggle, then you can't be a part of my success. That resonates with me a lot because throughout my life, I've had a lot of that going on, you know, where I've struggled and struggled and struggled a lot, like physically, mentally, emotionally, everything, you know. And then I'll get like, I'll get people treating me extremely badly during like the worst parts of my life. And then I will inevitably overcome these things. Overcome the worst parts of my life is what I mean. And then I look at these same people, right? And I tell myself, no, there's no way that I'm going to let them be a part of my success after, the way they treated me during my worst times, the way and how they were like you'll get people that are just like they're never going to be there for you during your worst moments. But, once you are past all that, grown and learn from that, overcome that, become successful in a sense, then suddenly these people want to hang out with you. They think they're cool with you or something because you're better. You're in a better place now. They suddenly think they're cool. No, we're not cool. So I have many examples of that in my life where I've been treated horribly by a certain person or certain people, and then I'll overcome that part of my life, and then I'll look at these people like, no, never again. Never again. You get nothing from me. I've been streaming for 27 minutes now, and I've just been talking about a bunch of random nonsense, haven't I? I've been rambling this whole time. But you know what? Screw it. Who cares? I'm just here to ramble. That's literally all I'm here for. Just here to ramble, to get myself back in the habit of just speaking in general, because I don't even do that much of that at work anymore. It's kind of funny. It's like my life has been split into two lives, my home life and my work life. It's like I'm a completely different person at work and a completely different person at home. It's like I'm two different people. And I don't feel like that's a good thing. That's not really authentic, is it? I don't know if I am more authentic at work or more authentic at home. I know I'm really authentic right now. That's definitely the case. I might be more authentic at work. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Uh, I might be. It might be neither. 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 I might not be very authentic at home or at work. Obviously, the most authentic you will be is when you're by yourself. Like right now. I'm getting there. So let me just. I just want to talk about my life goals for a second. Not my life goals. Well, maybe, but my New Year's resolutions for this year. So at the beginning of each year so far, since 2020, yeah, 2020. I've wrote down 15 New Year's resolutions. And 2020 and 2021, I did not complete all 15. In fact, in 2020, I only completed 5. Yeah, that year was probably one of the worst years of my life. Actually, it was. 2020 was the worst year of my life. So maybe completing 5 was actually overachieving. I don't know. But in 2021, I don't remember how many I completed in 2021, but I know I've checked off a few more of them this year in 2022. So I've got 8 out of 15 complete for 2021, but some of them have been completed into this year. And then there's this year. I've got 6 complete in 2022. I just want to list the ones I wrote in 2022. Number 1 is come back to living in the present. Because throughout the last several years of my life, I've seriously been like constantly not being in the present. I'm constantly stressing too much about the future, dwelling on what's happened to me in the past, because something in recent years, something very bad happened to me, which is why I'm making that documentary. And it's left me destroyed. It's left me traumatized, and it's left me a completely changed person. And it's been extremely difficult not to dwell on it. Like, I think about it every single day of my life. And coming back to living in the present has been a huge goal of mine ever since moving here, especially. And for some reason, I feel like waking up earlier in the morning is actually a good way to do that. For some reason, when you wake up at dawn, or even slightly before dawn, there's just this peace and tranquility that's just in the air at that time. I don't know how to explain it really. But that's my genuine experience of it, which is why I want to wake up earlier, like get in the permanent habit of waking up earlier every single day. And breathe in that good ass prana, baby. Yeah, Infinite Waters Diving Deep, Ralph Smart, is probably my biggest inspiration. Ever since 2016, I believe. So yeah, waking up earlier is very good. It's very good. I want to do that more. But I mean, it's easier said than done. I'm not going to lie. There have been many times where I've just like gotten up early in the morning for 4, 5, 6 straight days, and it feels like it's going to be easy. But then you eventually break the cycle, and it's like back to waking up at 8, 9, 10 a.m. or getting 7 hours of sleep and waking up at 7:30 and rushing to get ready for work. True story. But number 2 on my resolutions list was get my hair bleached. I did that actually on April 11th. I got my hair bleached, as you can see. I also wrote start a workout routine. Now, as you can tell, I'm not really, muscular at all. I'm not really in shape much. I have fibromyalgia, so it's like more difficult for me to do that kind of thing. I wrote start a workout routine, but what I really meant was just start an exercise routine. Just get in the just get exercising again. So I actually did that. I started like exercising every morning, but I kind of got out of the habit. I didn't really keep it consistent because, the new job is like, well, at the time it was the new job. Um, it kind of got in the way, but going forward, I want to make exercising and just, building muscle like a priority, like a real priority, whether it be waking up early in the morning and exercising here, or whether it be getting a gym membership and going to the gym. Because I actually really like the idea of going to the gym, even if I have to spend money. I know it's not for everybody, but I actually kind of like the idea of waking up early, really early in the morning and going to the gym. People will tell you like, oh, you can just work out at home. It's wait, like don't waste your money if you don't have to. But I don't know. There's something about it. I just like the idea. I feel like going somewhere specifically to work out would be would be I don't know, more satisfying, more motivating. So yeah, this live stream has been weird. It's been a lot of me just sitting here thinking about what to say, but that's what happens when you don't speak your mind for so long. So I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But I'd say this live stream started off pretty bad, really bad, with me not really knowing what the heck to say. But it's all part of the process. I wrote on number 4 of my New Year's resolutions to read all my books. I haven't read a single book since we moved here. I have a bunch of books over there by my nightstand. I used to be a real bookworm. Like I used to read books all the time back in like 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, those years. Those years were like my prime reading years where I would like spend hours and hours reading books. I would brag about how quickly I could read a whole book. One time I read an entire book in like a 24-hour period. Like 2 sittings. It was like 2 sittings. And it was like a 200-page book. But that was a long time ago. I kind of went like years without reading consistently at all, to the point where I was so out of habit of reading. It was just never on my mind. I used to read some really good books, some really good series as well. I read the entire Little House on the Prairie series, Laura Ingalls Wilder. That was a good series. Even though I was 12, 13 at the time, it was still a really good series. I've read a lot of the books that are on my shelf. I've read classics like Jane Eyre and Treasure Island. I've read, I think, 2 of the Hunger Games books, 2 out of 3. I've read a few of the Harry Potter books. I've read this series by Phyllis Reynolds Naylor called The Boys Start the War. 12 books in that series. It was actually one of those books I read in like a 24-hour period. That was one of my favorite series. That series was so funny and so captivating. There was another book series I read that should have been made into a movie. It was called Gregor the Overlander. Gosh, I want to read that series again. Look it up. It's called Gregor the Overlander. Go find it at your library. Read that series. It's so good. And imagine what that series would have been like made into a movie. it would have been an absolutely incredible movie. But yeah, there were 5 books in the series, I believe. It was such a good series about this boy who goes underground, like miles and miles underground, finds like a civilization of not only people, like pale skinned people, but also giant animals like giant bats and giant rats. Were there spiders? I don't think there were spiders, but there might have been. But it was such a good series. One of my favorites, probably my second favorite book series of all time. It was by Suzanne Collins, the same writer who wrote Hunger Games. By the way, I'm not looking this stuff up. In case you're wondering, I'm not looking this stuff up. I'm actually just telling you from memory. Okay, back to the New Year's resolutions. I wrote acquire a new job, which I did not. May 30th. I got hired May 30th. That was the day of my interview. And I wrote pursue educating myself on more things. So like there's this website, there's this library website that offers like online courses and stuff just for all sorts of different subjects. And I thought it was very interesting. So I actually bookmarked the page, but I haven't really like explored it in depth yet. I still want to do that. So I also wrote number 7, get a 1-year membership at the rec center. There's a rec center like literally right next door to where we live. Okay, not right next door, but it's like a 5-minute bike ride. It's got a basketball gym. There's also pickleball and maybe a couple other things. There's like a baseball field outside, soccer field, running track, nature trail, that kind of stuff. So I did that. I got a 1-year membership there. I haven't gone there that much though. I want to go there more. I just need to make more time for that. Oh, and number 8, I wrote start driving a motorized vehicle. I got that. I actually checked that off a couple weeks ago, September 18th. Because I got my driving permit a couple months ago. So I have my driver's license in probably about 4 months, give or take. Because you have to have a permit for 6 months before you get your license. So yeah, I got that done. I've been driving everywhere we go. That's basically everywhere we go. I get in the driver's seat and I drive. I drive my mom wherever we're going. I drive my dad wherever we're going. I'm just trying to get in as much driving as possible for practice. I haven't driven to work yet, though. At some point, I'd like to drive to work and just show off that I'm driving. I'm sure my coworkers would get a kick out of that. I wrote number 9, build a sandcastle, and I was kind of hoping that when I wrote this down, I was kind of hoping that I would have a new girlfriend by then, maybe, or at least be really close with someone again by this time to do that with. I was, like picturing in my head, like go out in the middle of the night to hang out one-on-one and then just have fun, be ourselves, go build a sandcastle. But that hasn't happened. Probably won't happen this year. I'm just still quite distant, not really in the mood for trying to working really hard to make friends and try to become close with someone again. I'm just not sure if I'm ready to do that yet. And it's hard sometimes, it really is, because there are days like today where I really wish I was close with someone like I used to be. But it's like it's not easy. It's not easy to uh, get those kind of relationships, you know. The type of relationship where you can call that someone that call that person up at 2 o'clock in the morning and just tell them anything, you know. It's what I used to have. It's what I used to have until that person betrayed me. But you know, you learn and grow from it. But the sandcastle thing, probably not this year. I'd be very surprised if that happened, if I did that this year. Number 10, I wrote post my documentary on YouTube. Likely won't happen by the end of this year, but hopefully by the beginning of next year. But it's not impossible for me to get it finished. But I have to really like make it my top priority every single day. But it's hard to do that when you work a job. And plus I need to find a new job because this job is about to end. So it's like, it's hard to make it top priority. I do want to be working on it a little bit every single day though. And number 11, I wrote join a Minecraft server again. Let's just talk about Minecraft real quick, okay? I used to play Minecraft all the time back in 2014. Well, I played Pocket Edition back in 2013, but who cares, right? It's Pocket Edition. I got Minecraft in 2014. I played it a lot, 2015, 2016, 2017. Not really 2018, but then I did again in 2019 for a bit. Not really much since then, here and there, off and on, but it's not Minecraft's it's not really like it used to be. The thing is, the way I played Minecraft back in the day was just wrong. Now, I know there's really no wrong way. Hold on, let me just look at my face real quick. Okay, I'm still here. There's really no wrong way to play Minecraft, right? You can do whatever you want. But I never really experienced Minecraft to its full potential. Like, I would try to explain this to people before. I try to explain this to people. They don't really get it. They don't really get it. I met this one guy on Discord. He invited me to his Minecraft server that he just made it's called Donut World. And I joined it. So I actually did check that part off my my list there. How long are we? Okay, almost 50 minutes now. We're okay. We can keep going. I haven't eaten dinner yet, and it's almost 8:30, but I'm not really hungry yet, so we're good. But yeah, the whole reason why I wanted to join a Minecraft server again, I wanted to do it just for the purpose of pretending like I've never played Minecraft before. I wanted to play Minecraft the way I never played it when I was younger, because when I played Minecraft when I was younger, I missed so many opportunities. Because it's like every world I had, I would always do like the same thing. I would like do the same tree house, right? Plant a bunch of saplings in one spot, grow a big tree, and live inside that tree. It was cool, but I did it like every time. I never really learned new things in Minecraft, like experimented with new things. I never really brought my own true authenticity into Minecraft, like like how I, at the back of my mind, always felt like I should, you know. But back then, I didn't really have a lot of confidence ever. You know, I've struggled with low self-esteem my entire life. Only this past year, only last year and like this past year, I've really been like really um, getting like true confidence and stuff. Like I've really been like getting more like higher self-esteem, you know, realizing my worth, you know, like all that kind of stuff, all that mental stuff, you know. And I think it had everything to do with the experience I just went through, you know, back in the end of 2020. So yeah, after what happened to me in the end of 2020, I started really learning about how like um, how do I explain this? Realizing my true worth, you know, like standing up for what's right more, and just like wanting to be more my authentic self instead of just like um, settling for good enough. Like I just want to like um, strive for better. I was trying to come up with some better way to explain it, but really that's what, like the best way I can explain it right now. Um, but yeah, so I wanted to do that in Minecraft too. Like I wanted to play Minecraft the way it was like supposed to be played. Like I never really brought my personality and my authenticity into Minecraft. I never built cool things that I've seen and that I've, you know, been at in real life. Like I think it would be cool to build the water park I work at in Minecraft, or the mental hospital I've been to in Minecraft. I've never done that before because most of my time in Minecraft was spent just like, you know, doing the same treehouse every time, grinding for XP to upgrade my weapons and armor, um, going on, you know, just going on long adventures just to find new biomes and collect more things like that, and then like fight in PvP style. That was basically the gist of what I would do in Minecraft all the time. I never really experienced Minecraft to its full potential. And shouldn't we be doing that with everything though? Not just Minecraft. Shouldn't we be trying to like experience everything to its full potential? Don't take one thing that has so many aspects to it and only use it for like a limited amount of things, right? Or only one aspect, right? Some of the ways I'm explaining things are so bad. But yeah, you can tell I'm out of practice when it comes to just talking. All right. I need to pretend like there's like no camera. But at the same time, if there was no camera, it defeats the whole purpose of turning on the camera to talk to a camera, right? But yeah, back to what I was saying. No one really gets me when I tell them about what I want to do in Minecraft when I join a Minecraft server again. No one really gets me when I try to explain that to them. And no one really has the same intentions. So it's hard to find a Minecraft server that I'm going to feel like is worth pursuing long term, you know? Because it would be cool to have like a small group of friends on one Minecraft server that kind of get where I'm coming from when I explain that, you know? That'd be cool. That's kind of like the goal, I guess. I don't really have that in either one of the Minecraft servers I've joined, I feel like. But that's okay. I'm sure I'll figure it out. It's not the highest on my priority list, but you know, it's still a thing I wanted to mention. Another thing on my list, number 12 on my resolutions list, was try a new hobby. I don't really know what that's going to be yet, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. Number 13 is volunteer for something. And I actually have a phone number right in front of me for Coastal Animal Rescue. It's like an animal shelter. I want to volunteer at an animal shelter. Sometime in the next couple weeks, actually, I have a phone number and I have a name and phone number right in front of me that I can call whenever I want. So perhaps I'll do that this week. And I can, you know, check off volunteer for something, because I've been wanting to volunteer for something for a couple of years now. Number 14 is induce a lucid dream. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. I might, though. I will definitely try. I'll definitely try before the year is over and see what happens. Yeah, I think I've only ever had like one lucid dream my entire life. It's definitely something I'm interested in, but it's not like, again, it hasn't been like my top priority. And then number 15, the last one on my list, was complete another life goal. I feel like this one's a little far-fetched. Like I'm putting the bar too high with this one. This is kind of like wishful thinking, high expectations kind of thing, because likely I won't complete another life goal this year, because my life goals, I have 25 life goals, and I've only completed one. And that was when I got a picture of every single state license plate. All 50 states. I have a picture of every single license plate for all 50 states. I got that. I finished that in 2020. And outside of that, I haven't completed any other life goals. Like I have a lot of goals in here that I could potentially complete, but most of them are very difficult and are going to take years to accomplish. So the likelihood of me completing another one in the next 3 months, unlikely. So yeah, that's my New Year's resolutions list. We've been going for almost an hour now. I'd be down to go for another hour, but we'll see. There's a couple other things I wrote down that I could talk about, actually. All right. So after everything I've been through, I take friend now after everything I've been through, now I take friendships, relationships very, very seriously, maybe sometimes too seriously. So I don't want anything like what I went through with my first girlfriend to happen again. So I've actually prepared in a way. Like if I ever meet someone that I want to pursue a relationship with, I will have 3 questions to ask. I've written down these 3 questions and I've written down my own answers. I don't want to sound like a hypocrite because isn't it hypocritical if I ask 3 questions to somebody, but I don't even have those answers to those questions myself? It sounds like a hypocrite to me. Oh. Uh-oh. One hiccup. Oh, by the way, with hiccups, you always have like a safety net. Just saying. Just wanted to bring this up real quick. When it comes to the hiccups, you always have a safety net. Like if you hiccup once, you're fine. You don't have to worry about it much. Just don't do anything stupid. Don't start laughing at something. Don't start excessively coughing. You definitely don't want to do that. Just you should be okay. Just don't do anything stupid, really. But once you hiccup that second time, once you do that second time, then you need to go into like emergency lockdown mode. um, you just need to go into emergency lockdown mode and just try to avoid anything funny. Avoid funny things. Avoid making sudden movements. Anything like that. Stop. Try not to move too much. Really, at the same time, try not to move too much as well. Just try to take some deep breaths and wait for it to pass. Because if you get that third hiccup, then you're screwed. Like it's over for you. You're gonna have hiccups for the next several minutes or whatever until they go away. Because once you get that third one, they're not going to go away. That's when you actually have the hiccups. When you get that third one, then they're nonstop. But you get two. You get two as a safety net at first. Anyway, back to what I was saying about the 3 questions. Yeah, I have my own answers to those questions as well, so I'm not a hypocrite. If I were to meet someone I wanted to pursue, I would first ask them, how many genders are there? Now, this is just a question to test common sense. Like, I just want to see if they have a brain in their head, basically. So if they answer anything but 2, the conversation is over. Does that make sense? If they say anything but 2, the conversation is over. Because if they say 2, then I know they actually have common sense. They actually can think rationally. They're not entirely stupid. And then I can move on to the next question. Question 2 is, have you ever had sex? And if they say yes, unfortunately, I'm also going to have to end the conversation there because, well, it's just personal preference, really. Like, I'm not trying to pursue a relationship with a girl who's already done the deed this early in life, like before marriage, all that. Like, no, I'm not trying to mess with that. Like, that just sends me so many red flags. So if they say no and they're a virgin, then we can continue to the next question. The third question would be, what are the most important things in life and in relationships to you? Now, this third question is a little bit complicated. Actually, it's not. It's actually not at all complicated. Never mind. What are the most important things in life and in relationships to you? Now, there's no specific answer. There's no right answer for this question. There's no wrong answer. There's really no specific answer at all for this question. As long as they put in just a little bit of effort, you know what I mean? Like, if I were to ask that question, I don't care. I don't really care what they answer with, as long as they don't answer with like one quick sentence and be done with it. As long as they actually put in just a little bit of effort in their answer. It doesn't have to be like a really long paragraph or anything, just as long as they put in a little bit of effort into what they're going to answer with. As long as it takes a little bit of time to think about what they're going to say. And there's a bonus question. Like, this question is just optional. There's a bonus question. If you could have one wish, what would it be? And yeah, like I said, I've actually answered all these questions myself. And I was going to read my answers as well, or tell you my answers as well. Because my answers to question one, there are two genders, male and female. Anything else is the result of brainwashing and/or a mental illness. Schools today, just there's a lot of like bad influencing going on, brainwashing going on. Schools today, they're so liberal. Like, they will try to convince you that your gender is a feeling, like you can just be whoever you want to be because you say so, you feel like that, whatever. I've done a video about genders before. I talked about like non-binary people, or should I say non-binary people. And there was this one person who got so triggered by what I had to say about that. Your gender is who you are. It's not how you feel. Okay, that's just all I'm going to say on that. Being a guy is not a feeling. Being a girl is not a feeling. It's genitals. It's biology. Okay? But there's a extremely rapid increase of brainwashing going on in this world, where more and more and more and more people are starting to believe this crap and this propaganda about their being non-binary, being whatever you quote unquote want to be, whatever you identify as. You've got all these people talking about pronouns, and people get referred with the wrong pronouns, then they get super offended. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So I just don't want to deal with any of that crap from someone I want to pursue. I just want to pursue someone who at least has the eyes to see and the ears to hear that it's all just a load of BS. Like, it's all just a load of propaganda. It's all just a load of BS. And my answer to number two, like, have you ever had sex? My answer is no. I am proud to be a virgin. I would never have sex with someone unless I genuinely believe without a doubt that I'm going to grow old with that person. Because during sex, your body releases oxytocin, which makes you subconsciously bond with your partner. Brief attachment with many people can leave you feeling empty. It also damages your trust, empathy, and ability to feel intimacy. So that was my answer. And the third question was, what are the most important things in life and in relationships to you? My answer was this. The most important question. Honestly, it's loyalty. If I'm making a commitment to someone, I would want to know that no matter what kind of hardships we go through in the relationship, the foundation of loyalty is always there. Meaning, no matter what we go through, We know it won't break us and end our relationship because we can always work through conflicts and problems with communication and effort from both sides. Emphasis on effort from both sides instead of just giving up and ending the relationship. A simple conflict slash argument slash disagreement should never put a real relationship in jeopardy because of the foundation of loyalty and simple love for one another. These things can always be worked through and are solvable, even if it's hard and very uncomfortable. It's always worth it to fight through it and solve the problem so you don't build walls and resentment. If something is broken, you're supposed to fix it, not take the easy way out and throw it away. When I truly care about something, I don't give up on it and let it go until I've exhausted all efforts into making things okay again from every angle. Breaking up with someone and ending a relationship because not enough effort was put into solving a conflict is not the way to go. I don't want to ever find myself in another breakup because my partner refused to put in the effort needed to solve a problem. So that was my answer to question 3, and I wrote it all in one evening when I just went for a walk by myself. I don't know. I felt like some of it was a little bit corny, but I feel like it gets the job done. The answer, I'm pretty proud of the answer. Yeah, sure, it's corny, but it gets the job done. And as for the bonus question, if you had one wish, what would it be? I answered with, I'd wish to keep all my memories from this life going into my next life. What do you think of that? I'm not asking anyone, I'm just asking myself. But yeah, I feel like all the things, like all the life lessons I've learned in this life, all the wisdom I've gained from the experiences I've gone through so far in this life have been too valuable to lose. Like the things I've overcome, like I've come back from rock bottom before. Like I was going to kill myself. I ended up in a mental hospital in the end of 2020 and then decided that I wanted to live. And that was a very traumatic experience, but also a very necessary experience. I don't want to lose all the wisdom I've gained in this life when I die. Now, if I'm going to die and then get reincarnated somewhere, I want to keep all the wisdom and knowledge and all the memories from this life that I've gained along the way. I feel like that would give me such a huge head start in the next life, like crazy. Yeah. So that was my answer to that question. To be honest, it didn't really take me long to answer that question for myself, really. So let's talk about something that happened at work recently. So there was this girl at work. Her name was Allie. And Allie, I wasn't there during this day. Like I wasn't there to see it. But Allie accused one of my coworkers, Ryan, of sexual assault. And she ended up going home that day and telling her parents. Her parents ended up calling the police, and the police ended up showing up to the workplace, to the water park. And Ryan wasn't even there that day. And the supervisor that was there that day actually contacted Ryan about it over text, and he asked him about the situation, asked him what he did or what was going on, and Ryan had no idea what he was talking about. Ryan had no clue there was even a situation. Ryan had no clue he was even being accused of sexual assault. So there was no real anything to back up this claim of sexual assault. There was no evidence. There was no real anything to go off of. Like, this girl Allie couldn't even tell the supervisors what even happened. Like, she couldn't even tell them, like, because nothing happened. That's the gist of it. Nothing happened. Literally nothing happened. This is a teenage girl just wanting to get attention. And I kind of I wasn't too surprised when I heard about this too, because over the last month or month and a half or something, every time I would see this girl Allie, it was kind of strange how she wasn't really talking to everybody like she used to. She was kind of silent a lot, she was just kind of a lot more quiet than she usually was for the last month leading up to this. So she was, I don't know, probably going through something else, and then, I don't know, out of nowhere, I don't know. But I found out about this, and this is where it gets a little complicated, because I am not the type of person who's just going to stand by and do nothing. I'm not going to just be quiet about something like this. You know why? Because it's happened to me. Now, I haven't been outright accused of sexual assault before, but I've been accused of many things. I've been accused of being an abuser, pedophile, there was a third thing. I've also been accused of. Yeah, I can't think of it at the moment, but I've been accused of some pretty horrible things that are not true. It's just defamation. So when I see, because I've been through it, I know what it's like to be accused of things you don't do, like horrific things. So, and I know what it's done to me. I know you shouldn't care what people think of you, but at the same time, it has gotten to me sometimes when I've been accused of certain horrific things. It, to some degree, it sometimes will mess with you. It sometimes will mess with your mental health a little bit. And it's definitely messed with my mental health before in the past. And it's it's really not fun. Defamation is never fun. So I know what it's like to be accused of such things, things similar. So because of what I've been through, because of what I've been accused of, I wasn't just going to say nothing. There's a strong hatred in me, a strong hatred towards people like this who just use defamation to get attention. But at the same time, I wasn't just going to say something to her and going all oh my God, you said this to Ryan, you accused Ryan of this, how dare you, you're such a horrible person. I wasn't going to be like that. I actually asked her on social media what her side of the story was. I wasn't just going to come at her, tell her that she's a horrible person or whatever, stand up for Ryan outright. I genuinely was curious. I genuinely wanted to know what happened, from her perspective, from her side, because you should never only get one side of a story. There's always two sides of a story. So all I did was ask her for her side of the story. Just a simple question, uh, what her side was. And she deleted what I said. She censored me, deleted what I said and censored me. So then I said to her that she didn't have to be rude and delete what I said. All I needed was like a no would have been sufficient. Like a no thank you would have been sufficient. And then she deleted that too. So when someone, here's what the thing I want to get at here. When someone tries to censor you, that person is never in the right. When you are being censored by somebody, that person is always in the wrong. So that basically told me right there, right then, right there, that's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know about what happened. If she's censoring me when all I wanted to know was her side, like I was being completely neutral, non-biased, and she censored me. And that, when someone censors you, that's a sign of a guilty person. Guilty people are going to try to censor you. People who are offended will try to censor you. If someone thinks they're right and knows they're right, they are never going to censor you. If someone tries to run from a conversation, tries to avoid a topic, block you even, that's when you know they're afraid of something. That's why I don't block people on social media. I'm not afraid of anybody. When you block someone on social media, you're telling them that you don't want to hear what they have to say. Because I don't want to face what you have to say. You're telling that person that you're afraid of them. Guilty people will always block you. That's what I'm trying to get at. So once Allie censored me, then I left her one more message, but not that same day. The next day I saw her face pop up on the social media again. And I commented on it, like, she's posting like selfies like every single day, like as if she didn't just accuse one of my coworkers of sexual assault. Every day I just see on social media like this. And I'm looking at it like this. I couldn't just, every time I opened this social media, I would see. So I commented on one of these. I was like, I can't see your face on here anymore. I have to remove you from my friends list on here because I just can't keep seeing your face on here every day. Like defamation is a very, very serious thing, and every day you're posting selfies on here going as if you didn't just accuse someone of sexual assault, and you're acting like everything's fine. Like obviously this doesn't concern me. Technically it's none of my business, but I refuse to stay quiet about something like that. I just flat out refuse. I'm going to stand up for what's right, even if it's none of my business. So I told her something, I don't remember exactly what I said, but I think I said you should be ashamed of yourself. I'm going to remove you. And that what you did was very wrong. Something along the lines of that. And then I removed her. But that's not all. Like 2 days later at work, my boss's boss comes up to me and asks me if I said something to Allie on social media. And he was confronting me like it was a bad thing I did. I said, but I proudly said to him, yes, I did. I did say something to Allie on social media. And then he was like, he seemed pretty mad. He said, don't talk to her again. But then, uh, then my regular boss comes up to me a few minutes later and says, did you message Allie? And I said, yes, I did. And he asked me what I said. I told him what I said. And then he said to me, he was pretty angry. Not going to lie, he was pretty angry. He says to me, was it any of your business? And I said, no, it's not. It's not any of my business. It's not any of my business. And I quickly told him, I was like, no, it wasn't my business. But I'm still going to say my piece. Thing is, the conversation didn't really go past that. But, you know, I was almost expecting to get written up or even fired. As crazy as that sounds, I was expecting to get called in for a meeting. And it never happened, but I was prepared. I was very much prepared to explain to them that, you know, I don't care if it's none of my business. I'm still going to stand up for what's right, even if I risk my job in the process. That makes sense. My morals are more valuable than my reputation at work. So yeah, food for thought. My morals are, you should always have your morals more valuable than your reputation. Because I didn't care if it was going to, like, you know, cost me something at work, or like I was going to get written up, or I was going to have a bad argument with my boss over it. Like, yeah, sure. I was still going to stand up for what's right. I was still going to speak my truth. I would never let something like that kind of defamation, go without me saying something about it. That's just how I am. That's how I've always been. That's how I'm always going to be. And it's not even like I'm like good friends with Brian or something. It's just because of the defamation itself. It's because of the intention. Because some girls have literally ruined people's lives over accusing them of something they didn't do, just because they're having a bad day and they want to, you know, they have an emotional outburst. They do something to get attention. And it's just, I will always stand up against that. And if I get backlashed because I stood up for what's right, then so be it. If I lose, okay, obviously I'm not going to lose this job because over that. But if I were to lose this job over that, or if I lose a job in the future because they didn't like me they didn't like me going onto social media and saying some stuff that they think I shouldn't have said, then so be it. If it's going to risk my job, then maybe, just maybe, if it's going to risk my job, then maybe I'm better off with a better job. Obviously, I'm not talking about my current job because, you know, nothing happened to me at my current job because they found out, but I'm saying, like, in the future. If I were to do something like that in the future, say something to somebody who needs something said to them, stand up for what's right, and my boss doesn't like it, I don't care. because I'm going to prioritize standing up for what's right over any job I have, over any quote unquote reputation I have. And that's just how I roll. So yeah, I've been just sitting here talking for over an hour and a half now. It says I have one viewer, but I think it's just me. I think it means that I'm the viewer. It's probably me. It's after 9 p.m. now. I definitely want to do another one of these again, just to get more in the groove of, just talking like this. Also, recently I learned that we have we have three personalities. Not three personalities, but like we have three sort of like versions of ourselves that we show to the world. One of them is our social personality, or our social selves. It's how we act when we're in a social situation. It's the mask we put on to try and make people think we are a certain way, or to make people like you, or to make yourself look cool, or approachable, or funny, or whatever the case may be. And then there's the version of yourself you show to your close friends and family. Like for example, your parents have known you since the day you were born, so obviously they if you act like, or if you act like how you act in a social situation, like in the first example, then you're not fooling your parents. You're not fooling your immediate family, if that makes sense, because they know how you act at home every single day. You're not fooling them if you act like that in front of them. You're not fooling them because they know how you really act most of the time around the people you've known your entire life. Or like if you've known someone your entire life since the day you were born, like your parents, then you know that they know you for they you know that they know you for every day of your life since you were born. You've really got there's really not much to hide from them, really. That's what I'm trying to say is they know what you're like 95% of the time, basically, like when you're away from social situations. I'm explaining this very badly because there is a third version of yourself. The third version of yourself is the version of yourself that you never show to anybody. It's the version of yourself that you are whenever you're alone. It's the version of yourself like when you go out to the beach at dawn, right as the sun is coming up and there's nobody around. That's the version of yourself I'm talking about. The version of yourself that no one sees. It's your true, authentic self. Now, sometimes there is a rare exception where I think someone could see this part of you. It's when you have a very very close relationship with somebody, like a partner, relationship partner, that you are closer with than anybody else in your life. Um, I've had this before, where where someone has seen, the side of me that is never shown to anyone, I guess. The true authentic self. And when you're alone somewhere and you start talking to yourself, that's the version of yourself I'm talking about. When it's 3 a.m. and you can't sleep, and you just go outside and stare at the stars or something, that's the version of yourself that's the one I'm talking about. I feel like that version of yourself is also very blunt. Like that version of yourself is not going to sugarcoat anything. That version of yourself is very true to the fact, very blunt. It's very hard to lie to yourself when you're all alone like that. So yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do another one of these at some point. Let's just talk about something that really sucks. Um, so back in 2018, 2019-ish, uh, I was invited to, I met someone online who posted some really cute videos and stuff. And this person invited me to a group chat on YouTube. Back when YouTube had group chats, you know? Yeah, YouTube used to have group chats, DMs, that kind of thing. So I was invited to a YouTube group chat and such back in like early 2019, maybe late 2018, something around that time. And this was also at a time in my life where I was going through a lot of changing. This was also around the same time I met my first girlfriend, around the same time where there was a lot of uncertainty in my life. I mean, we had my family and I had just gone on a vacation, had just gone on a vacation to New York and many other places for a week, and we had been planning that vacation for like almost 2 years, and I was kind of bummed out by the result of the vacation. It was a good vacation, but just like there were a lot of things that um, happened during the vacation that didn't exactly go my way, and I was like really bummed out about it, letting it get to me and stuff. And yeah, I made a whole vlog on it too back in 2018. Posted it, I think, January 2019. So yeah, there was just a lot of things going on, um, where I had no close friends. This was around the same time I met my first girlfriend, and there was a lot of uncertainty in my life. Um, and yeah, so I met this group on YouTube. It was very. It was the first time I was like part of a group online in a very long time. Um, I was very nervous for some reason, I guess, but you know, it was really fun talking to those people, to these people in this group chat for many months, and then I think it was just a very big turning point in my life around that time. So that's why this YouTube chat was just so relevant to me and so personally important to me, and it was for some of the others as well, or at least one other, maybe two others. Yeah. So in October, I think it was in September or October of 2019, YouTube decided to do what YouTube does, where they try to fix something that's not broken, or they try to do something stupid that pisses everybody off. Well, they got rid of all the YouTube chats for no reason. Just for no reason, just because. Because screw us, right? Um, so they disappeared, and then a few months later, in April of 2020, I remade the chat. Like I remade the whole YouTube chat on Discord. Like I brought it to Discord and I made a group chat there and invited everybody who was from the original YouTube chat to that Discord group chat. I made a Discord server, and it was basically, well, it became the new YouTube chat. So I basically revived it and brought it there. I didn't actually think it was going to work, but it somehow kind of did. So yeah, basically, I've tried to include everyone I know online into that one group there on Discord. But the thing that sucks about it though is that like most people who were active in the YouTube chat back then are not really active anymore on Discord. So that's kind of unfortunate. But also another thing that kind of sucks is that if there's if one it's like it seems like if one thing goes wrong or there's some kind of conflict, then someone leaves the group and leaves the Discord server. And that seriously bums me out because it just kind of reminds me how no one really cares about what I was trying to do. No one really cares about what I was trying to do as much as me, and that's kind of like a hard pill to swallow. Because to me, it's kind of a sacred group. You know, it's not like any of the other groups that you'll find. There's really no way to describe it correctly, but it just really bugs me when people like leave the group after all these years as if it didn't matter. But then I kind of like I have to remember that most other people are just going to look at it as just another social media internet group. You know, not everyone, in fact, probably no one is going to see it the way I do, where it's just nice to have it permanently, um, in case we need it. You know, when people leave it, it kind of like sends a message of I don't want to, like I no longer care about what it originally was, and I just don't want to be a part of this group anymore. It also leads me to question why I care about it so much. I've tried to answer that question myself so many times the last couple of years. Why do I care about this group so much? Why? It's like a band of misfits. This group is like a band of misfits, really. It's like that movie, The Greatest Showman. You ever seen The Greatest Showman? Yeah, I've seen The Greatest Showman. I'm talking to myself, remember? Really, really good movie. Probably my second favorite movie of all time. In the movie, there's like a bunch of misfits that come together and just like they just randomly have like a really good group, even though none of them look like they fit in. Yeah. in a way that's kind of reminds me of that a little bit. So yeah, it's like a band of misfits, and sometimes I do question why I care about it so much, or why I want people to stay in the group so badly, or seemingly so badly. But I think it's because I don't have any other friend groups. I don't have any, you know, I don't have a friend group like in real life. I don't have like people in my life that I'd consider close to me, like really close to me, like in the way I want. Because I used to have someone really close to me, really close to me, really close to me. Someone I could call up at 3 a.m. and talk about the most personal things, and then that was taken away from me. So I think that's what it comes down to is um, I just don't have anyone all that close to me in my life, so I just want to like hang on to this to this group that I revived from YouTube. You know, um, I've had I've actually been a part of other groups before. You know, I used to be in Boy Scouts from 2011 to 2014, actually. And my most recent Boy Scout troop was in Troop 221. And I thought I had a friend group there. I really did. I got along great with mostly everyone there. I was really like being more social every time I was around them, coming out of my shell and stuff. And and then they kicked me out of the troop, and really none of the other scouts really had my back. They were giving out merit badges. Like, I'm not going to get too much into this for now, but this is just an example of like a group, like a friend group I thought I had, but really I didn't have. And that's kind of been like a trend most of my life, where I think I have a friend group, but I really don't. You know, um, they kicked me out of the troop because I tried to say something about how they were giving out free merit badges. Because in Boy Scouts, merit badges should be very difficult to get. There's all these really difficult requirements, and merit badges were being given out to scouts who hadn't done any of the requirements. They wanted to give out merit badges to scouts that just because they showed up, to the merit badge classes and stuff. Even I would get merit badges that I hadn't even done hardly any of the requirements for, and I would refuse to put them on my sash of merit badges. Because I only had like two, maybe three merit badges that were actually achieved legit. I think it was basketry, leatherwork, and wilderness survival. I think those were the three I had. Yeah, I even built my own lean-to shelter outside and slept in it for my wilderness survival merit badge. Um, but really, what's the point in even doing all the work for a merit badge if everyone's just getting merit badges for free, whether they did the requirements or not? So I decided to stand up against that and say something against that, say something about that. And my dad got into it as well, as basically led the train with that and tried to speak out about that. The Scoutmasters, they didn't like that very much. They did not like that very much because the more they gave out free merit badges, the better they looked. Because the more scouts had all these merit badges on their sashes, the more Eagle Scouts they produced. And so the better they looked as a troop. It made them look real good because I remember when I first joined the troop, my dad was like, look at all these Eagle Scouts. Look at all these merit badges these scouts have. They must be a really good troop. But yeah, we found out why. And when we tried to speak out about it, they didn't like that very much, and they kicked me out of the troop because of that. As well as there was also another side issue going on. Like I was also getting bullied in the troop by this one kid, and he was also like spreading lies about me, and they were like believing him and stuff. They also claimed that they were on my side through a lot of this bullying stuff going on, but for some reason near the end they kind of like turned it around on me and then just like tried to blame me when I was the one getting bullied. And so both of those things combined basically led to them kicking me out of the troop. And then like none of the scouts, like I wasn't even allowed to come back and say goodbye to who I thought were my friends in the scout troop. And no one reached out to me after I got kicked out of the troop. No one that I knew in this troop even reached out to me. No one wanted to stay friends. Well, one of them did. One of them did try to stay friends. But then he started going through his own issues, and we just kind of like went our separate ways a little while later. But yeah, I didn't join another scout troop after that. I was just kind of sick of everything when it comes to scouts at that point, you know. There was also another group I was a part of, like in 2020. This was during a time where I was like, yeah, I wish I had more water. But yeah, during 2020, during like the pandemic, I started playing a lot of Among Us, and I met some people on Among Us. This one guy, his name was Tony. He thought I was pretty cool, apparently. So he friended me on Discord and invited me to join his group of friends. And I, being extremely naive, and I was like, ooh, someone's inviting me to join their friend group. I must be special. I thought like that. I didn't even think twice. I just joined it. I was trying to have people to play Among Us with and stuff, you know. I didn't really think about too much who these people were and who I was dealing with. But yeah, this was also during a time where I was like going through a lot of like emotional trauma from the betrayal that I was experiencing from my first girlfriend. You know, there was still a lot of that going on, a lot relating to that going on. And, you know, that my head was still very much wrapped up in what was going on there. And it was nice to have this outlet, to be honest. It was nice to have this group on Discord, you know, that I could like, you know, play video games with, play Among Us with, you know, just chill with, chat with, you know, whatever. But they also I even joined a Minecraft server with them. Like I even joined their Minecraft server that they were doing. A lot of them were in Australia. Not sure how much longer I'm gonna keep this one going, this live stream going, but yeah. A lot of them were from Australia, and I didn't know it when I first joined it, but they were a very liberal group. At one point I tried to say that there were two genders. Big mistake. They didn't like that. They didn't like that very much. When this one girl got really offended when I said that there were only two genders because she claimed to be non-binary. You know, more of that stuff again. So I tried to give my opinion on it. They didn't like that either. They said my opinion was wrong and that I was being a hater and a bigot and that I was being transphobic and homophobic. Just because I said non-binary wasn't a thing. Oh, and the reason they said I was homophobic was because I tried to say that you should not adopt kids if you're in a gay marriage. Now, here's the thing with that. I said that it sounds selfish to me to adopt children when you're in a gay marriage, because you're deliberately depriving those children of a father figure. Or if it's two guys, you're deliberately depriving those children of a mother figure. And the statistics can back me up on why that's a very bad thing. In fact, to me, it really just sounds like common sense. It's really just common sense that a child needs a mother and a father to grow up healthy. To grow up in a healthy way, mother and father. I'm busy right now. Getting a knock on my door. I said I'm busy right now.
Did you eat?
No.
You want the coleslaw?
Sure.
Well, better come. I want some.
Yep. I had a feeling. I'm surprised it took almost 2 hours to get a knock at my door, wondering where I'm at. So yeah, back to what I was saying. Common sense. Child needs a mother and a father, a mother figure and a father figure growing up. Now I know that's not always the case. Sometimes it's a single mom trying to raise kids with no father. Sometimes it's a single dad. But in most cases, the ideal case is a mother figure and a father figure. Even if they're not biologically the mother and father, you know what I mean. Well, I know what I mean. I'm still trying to talk like as if there will be no one seeing this. Because probably no one will see this, if I'm being honest. Not that I even wanted anyone to see this. But if you can help it, the ideal situation is a mother and a father. A mother and a father, obviously. Obviously. But in a gay marriage, if you're deciding to adopt children, you're deliberately, it's not even like you don't have a choice in the matter. You have a choice in the matter. If you're committing to a gay marriage, you should also be committing to the idea of not having kids. Because in a gay marriage, you're deliberately depriving that child of a mother figure or a father figure, whatever the case may be. So I tried to express my opinion on that. I said, my exact words were that it sounds selfish to me to adopt children in a gay marriage because you're depriving that child of a father figure. Because this was a girl talking about wanting to marry a girl and then have kids. So that was what I said. Later on, I was told that later on, they accused me of saying this instead. Ready for this? I'm ready for this. They said that I said that she was selfish for wanting kids. She was selfish for wanting kids. That's the person that I was made out to be to that group. I apparently said that she was selfish for wanting kids. That is just the worst way that someone could have twisted what I said into not at all what I said. It still blows my mind to this day that someone can take what I said and turn it into that I said she was selfish for wanting kids. And so that's what they were accusing me of saying. They were, telling me to kill myself, blocking me and stuff, and, kick me out of the group. They've said some horrific things to me. And, after I had just spent like several months talking to these people, playing video games with these people, really getting along with these people, I really felt like I was a part of a friend group, They kicked me out of the group and blocked me so quickly. We didn't even have time to have a rational conversation about it. They found out that I was not liberal. They found that I tried to say there were two genders. They didn't like that. They didn't like me expressing my opinion at all, really. I mean, if you go like on my video I posted about talking about gender. I made a video one time talking about genders, right? If you go to if you in the comment section alone, you'll see a lot of those people from that same group trying to ridicule me and trying to talk down to me and just trying to bash me for expressing my opinion. Thankfully, some of my online friends stood up for me. Very nice of them. Highly appreciate it. But yeah, it's very horrifying that people will pretend to be your friend like this and then just completely 180 on you just because you decided to be real with them, just because you tried to express your opinion. And even when you thought like you weren't going to be friends with, like, even when I thought I wasn't going to be friends with these people anymore, I still tried very hard to talk about it with them, talk it out, try to work out, any potential problems, work out our differences, just try to stay friends, I tried to put in real effort to stay friends, try to have genuine conversations. They wouldn't have it. They wouldn't even call me up, and it really taught me a lot about my self-worth. I gotta stop doing that. I gotta stop accepting invites to groups, friend groups, just because I want to be a part of a friend group, because a lot of groups are overrated. They really are. They really are, man. These are just a few of my experiences, that I've had with certain groups, certain people. And yeah, it really taught me a lot about the value I need to put on myself, the self respect I need to have when it comes to choosing my friends wisely, when it comes to choosing my relationships wisely. I need to take these things very, very seriously. That's why I said earlier that I take friendships and relationships very, very seriously because of all the things I've been through. And it still baffles me that people can really cut you off, block you without a second thought, even if you've known each other for a year, like a full year, and you talk almost every day. And they can like cut you off, kick you out of a group, and block you without even trying to have a conversation with you about it, like without even putting in any effort to fix it. Like, come on. So that kind of stuff right there is why I don't have any close friends right now. I don't feel like pursuing, like, I don't feel like pursuing having close relationships right now because I'm just sick of this stuff. I'm really sick of this stuff. On top of the major thing that happened to me about 2 years ago, these are just what I've said here is just other examples of like major betrayal that I've experienced in recent years, on top of like the major life changing thing that I've been through recently that I'm making a documentary about. So, yeah, I don't trust people easily. I don't call people friends easily. And I don't try and pursue um, relationships like I sort of used to, I guess, because of what I've been through. Like today's society, man, just the mindsets you have with people, the mindsets people have in today's society, some of them are just so messed up. And I just can't be everyone's therapist. I meet people all the time, both online and in person, that I just think they are so far gone. Like their morals are just not, like they're so far gone, and I just can't be everyone's therapist. I've had a therapist myself. I've been to therapy because of what I've been through. And I think a lot of people can benefit from therapy. I think everyone can benefit from therapy, actually. It was very beneficial for me, I believe. I think it'd be very beneficial to everybody, really. It's quite hot in here now. I'm gonna turn a fan on. I just want to talk about one more experience before turning this off now. I am getting quite hungry, so I do want to eat dinner soon. Earlier this year, like back in March, April, like right after moving here, I thought I had a best friend. Like I've never had a best friend before, you know? Nothing like I've never even considered the idea of having a best friend. I never really felt like I was worthy of such a thing growing up. I never really thought that it would it would happen to me, really, I guess. Um, but yeah, I met this one guy on Discord. His name is Sven. Yeah, Sven. I also helped him make a song called what was the song called? Kickback Evening. Oh, yeah, I helped him make a song called Kickback Evening, where he was using a program with uh, like a music producing program where he made the song and I helped and stuff. And so like he tributed me. It was like a uh, he gave me 50% of the credit for the song, which was pretty cool. So I shared it around on social media and stuff. You know, we would talk like every day. You know, we played Portal 2 together one time. Um, shoot, you know, we would watch movies together. It was pretty cool, you know. I, said good morning, said good night, all that stuff. Yeah, we talked every day, like we were best friends. We called each other best friends and stuff. You know, he invited me to this Minecraft server called Donut World, and I joined that as well. But what really sucks is how like time changes people for no reason, just for no reason at all. Because after a while, like I thought we were still best friends, but every time we would talk, it was just like it became something stupid, you know. Um, if I ever, whenever I would ask him like a question or something, he would say like, um, either I don't know or just like put no effort into giving a genuine response, and like uh, or just like doesn't want to answer anything, or answer question or something. And sometimes like every time we would talk, basically, like he stopped wanting to call. For one thing, he stopped wanting to call with me, and then another thing like was how uh, it's like every time we would talk, I would like you know I would ask him something about his life, and then um, he wouldn't really answer. Instead, he would just say something stupid. So then, like, I would say something about what's been going on with my life, and then he would just like, then he would imply that I only talk about myself. So it's silly. It's silly. It's stupid. Um, Sometimes where if I'd message him, then he would like immediately start ridiculing me for not messaging him for this number of days or whatever. So like I let him know, like every time I message you, you have nothing to say. Like I ask you how you're doing, you always say the same thing, and you never want to talk about yourself. You never want to. I ask you questions about yourself, about your life, and you never want to give real answers. You just want to say something stupid. And then when I try to when I tell him about something going on in my life that I'm excited about or something, then he'll completely ignore what I say, or he'll act like that I just all I want to do is talk about myself when I mean I've given opportunities. You know what I mean? Opportunities have been given. And then when confronted about it, he's like, he has no idea what's going on. Like when I confront him about it, when I try to, like, here I am trying to like stay friends, salvage the friendship or whatever, and just like trying to talk it out, like talk about like um, what's wrong or why there's like um, constantly these stupid interactions between me and this guy this guy that I used to call my best friend, by the way. Like he doesn't even want to like um, he's never like shown that he wants to stay best friends or stay friends at all. Really, he doesn't put in effort like that or anything like that. To me, he's just like another one of those people that, you know, like you meet someone new, you think they're cool, you think you're friends with this person, but it's really like that's really not the case. It's really just like you met someone new syndrome. You know, you ever like meet someone new, you're really excited about meeting someone new, you're talking to that person all the time, and then after a couple weeks or months or whatever, then you suddenly just don't care anymore. Then it's like, who cares, right? I think he's just another one of those people, you know. But it's okay, because like I'm not surprised. So that's kind of like a rant. It's kind of like a mini rant there. Yeah, like I thought I used to have a best friend on Discord from the Netherlands, by the way, and yeah, I don't think he wants to stay friends because he, you know, puts in no effort to solving conflicts. And I've mentioned conflicts earlier, like uh, when I was like reading stuff earlier. I mentioned conflicts. Everyone I meet, I want to know, like with everyone I meet in the future, I want to know that like if I'm gonna call someone like a close friend or something, or if it's a relationship partner, whatever the case may be, friends, close friends, relationship partner, I just want to know that uh, we're not going to just like cut each other off and go our separate ways over one conflict. You know what I mean? Because I've had way too much of that in my life so far. With that Discord group I've met on Among Us, with my scout troop, with my first girlfriend, you know, I've and many others. I've just had too many people in my life that that would rather go separate ways than solve a conflict because that's easier, you know? It's easier. It's just like take the easy way out, you know? Oh boy, my voice is exhausted. Oh, and plus this dude that I thought was my best friend, he also like pretends to be a girl on the internet. So that's a thing. Like I've tried to help him with that as well, but he doesn't really he doesn't really care. He doesn't really care. He doesn't really want help with that. Um, he thinks he has to be a girl on the internet because he's supposedly got too many expectations on him for being a guy. You know, he thinks that like his parents, his peers, or whatever have like too high of expectations on him just because he's a guy. So just because he doesn't want to he doesn't like high expectations, he wants to pretend to be a girl on the internet and portray himself as a girl on the internet. I don't know. It's very weird. It's very weird. So yeah, just choose your friends carefully. Choose the people that you um, have close relationships with. Choose those people very carefully. Because I'm just speaking from experience here. I've had a lot of negative experience with people who I thought were friends, people who I thought I was close with, but really I wasn't. Fake friends, you'd call them. So yeah, this year has gone by so quickly. Not gonna lie, it's already October 12th. I feel like we just started this year. It definitely feels like we just moved here. Like we just moved here in March, but it feels like that just happened. Like that literally just happened. You can tell my voice is dying, or I can tell my voice is dying. I've been talking for over 2 hours. So yeah, I have a lot of money in my bank account. I know that just came out of nowhere. I have a lot of money in my bank account from my job and stuff. Plus, plus the money I make going to two different plasma centers where I go to plasma centers and get a needle in my arm and they take out blood. They extract my blood plasma and then they give me back my blood and donate blood plasma that way, and then you get paid. Yeah, I do that. I try to aim to do that twice a week, and because I do that, I don't even use my main bank account card for anything. To be honest with you, other than like major purchases, I don't even use my main bank account card to buy anything. I just use my plasma card to buy like everything. So in that case, I'm just accumulating more and more and more money in my bank account from my job, which I'm not spending. I don't know why I really brought that up. I think I brought that up because uh, I'm still trying to figure out what to spend money on. I guess you could say, because I was gonna buy a car for when I was gonna buy a car, my first car, because I'm gonna get my license in about 4 months. But then my parents informed me that it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea to buy a car yet because when I get my license, I can just drive my parents' cars and I can get on the family plan for insurance. And that's a much better deal right now instead of just going out and buying a car of my own, which is going to cost a lot more in insurance. So I don't need to buy a car yet. So um, in that case, I'm not really sure what to spend money on in the uh, immediate future or in the because I don't have I'm not like going out partying every weekend. I don't have like a friend group that I go and do things with on the weekends and stuff. I don't have that, and not even sure if I should have that. Like I've already explained, I don't have a girlfriend that I'm spending money on left and right. Um, yeah, I'm just like so far. I'm just keeping to myself most of the time, doing my own thing. Um, Working this lifeguarding job, usually 5 days a week. Um, yeah, the water park itself actually closed during the last 2 days of September, right before the hurricane hit. So the water park actually closed during the season, but we're still going to have lifeguards out there at the pools. Like there's two swimming pools beside the water park, so we're still going to have lifeguards out there until the end of October. So that's when the job is going to end at the end of October. So the water park it's already closed for the season, but the pools those will be open all year long, but we'll have guards out there after October. So yeah, after this job ends, I'm not really sure where I'm going to work. I think I might I might work at the rec center that's very close to the water park, still in the same area. That's what I want to do, hopefully. And there's still going to plasma, aiming for twice a week on that. So yeah, the money's coming in pretty good. I actually pay my dad $550 a month, um, just to help out with this house and stuff. You know, pay my dad rent 550 a month. It's gonna be a little while before this house is paid off, so it's a good way to contribute. Plus, I've got a job now, so there's that. I used to get over 40 hours a week. I used to get 45 and a half hours every week. I would be working overtime every week for like 5 or 6 weeks in a row because once school started back and most of the other lifeguards went back to school. So that was a there was a lot of short staff going on. So I wasn't going back to school or anything like that. So I ended up getting me and a few other people ended up getting a lot of hours every week. So overtime hours every week until the water park closed, and now it's like my hours have been seriously decreased since now it's just the pools open. So my hours have been seriously decreased, and um, yeah, I'm no longer even getting 40 hours a week. But yeah, from day to day, I'm usually just doing my own thing, working the job. I actually ride an electric bike to work. I got an electric bike for my birthday. I paid half of it, but I still got it for my birthday, of course. So I ride that to work every day. Outside of work, I'm still trying to figure out um, what to do with the rest of my time outside of work. Because I still go to plasma, of course. So, the money's coming in great. I just don't really have all that much to do with the money I'm accumulating yet. So it's like, I'm not really, I'm not really sold on what to spend it all on yet, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. Picked up some moon pies. They're very good. Chocolate's been a big thing for me lately. I've been kind of like craving chocolate a lot lately, so I kind of stocked up chocolate bars, stuffed them in my backpack that I take to work. So, yeah, sometimes I share chocolate at work, and yeah, There's volunteering. I definitely plan to volunteer at an animal shelter, hopefully. But there's a lot of things I desire. There's a lot of things I desire that I just don't know how to get yet. For example, like at some point in my life, I wanna I want to have a girlfriend. I want to have another girlfriend. I want to have a relationship again. I do want to have a friend group, like a close friend group again, but like one that I can actually, trust and be certain that I'm not going to get betrayed over and like, kicked out of the group over one conflict. I don't want to be part of another group that's going to try and cancel me just because I express my opinion on something, or just try to be blunt with someone. It's like the older I get, the I'm realizing how hard it really is to find real, genuine people that are going to be there for the long haul. You know what I mean? That are going to like really have my back and I can have theirs. But yeah, I'm sure everything happens for a reason. I wouldn't trade the wisdom I've gained over my experiences for anything. So yeah, still a bit of uncertainty. Still a lot of uncertainty um, with things going forward, with my life outside of work, you know, what I'm going to do, where I'm going to go, who I'm going to meet, decisions I'm going to make. All that kind of stuff is still quite uncertain outside of work. And yeah, deciding who I'm going to like invest my time and energy into is also another big one that's going to be quite difficult to solve, I believe. And I've been sitting here rambling for over 2.5 hours, and it's 10:10 p.m. I have not eaten dinner yet. I'm very hungry. There's still so many more things I could talk about. There really is. So many things, but I like what I've done here. I really like what I've done here, just kind of breaking the ice with myself, just kind of like trying to really dive deep and express what I really want to say, express how I really feel about certain things, and just talk about what's been on my mind lately. And I'm sure I will be doing more of these in the future, just because, just because. Some days I just have a lot of things I want to say, a lot of things I want to dive into, but I don't really have um, anyone to talk about them with, like anyone to really get. Yeah, like I said, I'm not really that close with anyone, so I thought this would be fun to do, and it has been. It started off slow, but this has been a pretty good experience for me. I'd say I've had a pretty nice talk with myself here, and and I have to be at work at 8 in the morning, so I still need to have time to eat dinner. You know, unwind for the night, get ready for bed and stuff. So I should definitely be getting off here as soon as possible. Is there anything else I want to say? Oh, yay, I'm getting more spam emails. Yeah, I'm not a fan of spam emails. In fact, I get spam emails every single day. Every single day. It's crazy. One day back in like 2017 or something, I put my email address into a sketchy website and I put my name as Brian Smith. So, and I've regretted it ever since. It's like every time I get an email every time I get an email that says, "Hey Brian" or something like that, I know it's just spam. So yeah, I get a lot of those ever since like 2017 or whatever. So yeah, moral of the story for this whole stream is don't put your email address into sketchy websites. No matter how sketchy. Yeah, that's totally the moral of this live stream. Did I title this thing yet? I don't know if I did. I probably did. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But yeah, I know as soon as I end this thing, I'm gonna think of like a bunch of other things to say, and that's fine. That's okay. Because I will do more of these, of course. I've already said that. I'm just repeating myself at this point. I will do more of these. Because there are going to be days where I have just a lot on my mind, a lot I want to say, and no one to have extremely personal conversations with. So I'm just going to like do this, for now. That's what I'm going to do for now. And I'll end this off by saying I definitely am going to put in more effort here on out for the rest of the year to really focus on my resolutions for this year 2022. Like I really want to like knock more of those off my list. I don't want this year to be like last year and the year before where I just procrastinate the whole year and then just only get a few done. I really want to buckle down and like I'm really going to try and buckle down and get some more of those things done and just be proud of what I've accomplished by New Year's Eve. Oh, and also NBA season starts back in 6 days, so that's cool. Go Warriors. Go Hornets. Although the Hornets are not going to do anything this year. Yeah, there's no way. I have no expectations for the Hornets this year. None at all. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's a good saying to remember, by the way. It is what it is. Slick Eddie says, "Yo, long time no see." I've been in here talking for like 2 hours and 39 minutes. You're the first person I've seen in the chat, but yeah, I was only talking to myself anyway. It's not like I was expecting to see anyone in the chat. Recommended the stream. That's cool. That's so cool, Slick Eddie. So cool. You caught me right at the very end when I was right about to end the stream because, well, it's been 2 hours and 40 minutes and I need to eat and get ready for bed soon. But yeah, I've basically just been like talking about anything and everything that's been on my mind and stuff. Yeah, it's been pretty interesting, I guess. It's been shaky, but you know, nothing in life worth doing is ever perfect. So yeah, I think 2 hours and 2 hours and 40 minutes is enough. I don't know. I'll just feel like showing you my lock screen photo. Why not? It's my Halloween themed lock screen photo for October. All right. Yeah. I'm just delaying ending the stream at this point. So I really do need to go eat dinner. I'd say I learned a little bit more about myself just by doing the stream and talking to myself for this time. You know, turning the camera on really does help me sometimes, just to express myself to somebody, even if that somebody is just a camera in front of me, like a webcam, like the one I'm looking at right now. Also, I got 2 Benjamins sitting on my desk. Just thought I'd throw that in, just to flex. Not like I know what to spend that money on anyway, but you know, it's still cool to have a couple Benjamins on my desk. Yeah, it was from a bonus that everyone at work got, a $200 bonus from staying after Labor Day, you know, sticking with the job until after Labor Day. So yeah. And of course, I plan on sticking with it all the way till the end. And yeah, I think that covers everything I want to say in the immediate present. Immediate present, is that something people say, or is that something I just made up? I don't know. I might have just made up a term, immediate present. I don't know. For the time being, that's all I got. This live stream has gone on long enough. And I know I've said this like 4 times already that I need to go eat dinner and end this live stream, but yeah, I'm actually going to go do it this time. So yeah. Bye. Bye. Adios. Bye. Bye. End stream. It's a nice big red button. End stream. Okay. All right. See ya. I still haven't ended the stream. All right. Now I'm actually gonna end the stream. It's my first ever live stream. You know, it's like, it's hard to end it, but I gotta end it at some point. I'm just gonna end it right now. All right. This time for real. See ya. Bye.